roundabout, taking the third exit.
No, sat nav. I'll pick a gear, come on. 10:24 on Thursday, just loaded. Got there nice and early just in case they could load me. No, they couldn't.
Take the third exit onto Wentloog Avenue.
I was in there nearly 2 hours.
Recalculating.
And I got there an hour early. So that didn't quite go to plan for the day. Nevertheless, we're heading back to Southampton. Get this box offloaded. See where we go after that. They don't need speed bumps on this road here. Jeez. And this was the good bit. So we're back to more familiar territory here.
Enter the roundabout, take the third exit.
Oh, no signal, right on. Guessing all the time. Guess. Coming round, yeah. And off. Always good when people put signals on, I can tell where they're going. Trick on the way into Cardiff this morning. Didn't get in the right hand lane to go up over the flyover. I ended up in the left hand lane, which goes towards underneath the flyover and back round the city centre. I saw that, big lumps of rock there. I seem to always do it. They've had some flooding down here. I didn't feel some high tides. The water's really come up. I didn't think we'd had that much rain over the last few days. Certainly wherever I've been, I haven't seen any. So I should be back at just after 1 o'clock. Picking up a shadow. Oh, geez, bottom up. So we're light. It's I think it's well, as far as I can tell, it's cladding for buildings. Yeah, I don't even know there's anything in the back.
Enter the roundabout, take the third exit.
No weight whatsoever. Coming up on me tight there. Good. Is there anyone there?
Take the third exit towards N4 towards Newport.
So I'm going to stick into this lane now. Get a bit further down the road. brake immediately because they're not going very fast. Oh, it's 50 mile an hour limit. I'll give them that. Still only doing 46 though. So that was a nice little easy run. I couldn't get in when I parked up, had to go out the road. Well, I went into where it said the security guard. It's a big site. And there's a security guard and he says, yeah, go into there on the left, it's there. So I go in there and go to the transport office and they said, no, you're not supposed to be in this site, you've got to be over the road. Security should have told you that. I said, well, they just sent me in here. Oh, well, I'm wrong. Right, yeah. Here's a number, you've got to phone them and then they'll bring you in when they're ready for you. So I went out the road and I phoned a couple of times, no answer, and then about 10 minutes later I got a phone call saying I'll give you a phone back in about 20 minutes, which they did, and went on in. It took about half an hour before they started the load and they got on with it. Still took a little while though. I think there's different sizes of cladding and it's quite, although it's light, it's quite awkward to get in the back of a container. I was going in M40, yeah. And yeah, it took a little while. No shakes. I need to get my clean screen. I only cleaned it a day ago. Yesterday morning. Bug splattered to hell. Come on then. I've worked out where the vibration is, I just can't find a way of stopping it. Tried wedging paper down, it's me sat nav. Oh, do come on. There's an ambulance. Ambulance. Ah, good. Haulage, you see a few of their wagons around. They're advertising for drivers at the moment for UK, and then they're advertising for Benelux drivers, so you just go over to sort of Belgium and Holland and France, or Belgium and Holland, Luxembourg, that part of first sort of countries in, and then you sort of go out there one day, come back the next, and then they've got advertising for European trampers. Out for a couple of weeks at a time, but in all honesty the money isn't really any different. They say it's a lifestyle thing rather than a monetary thing, and as I'm only in it for the money, as much as I'd quite like to drive Europe, I'm not doing it for no extra money. If I was dragging containers back from Belgium, I probably would consider it because it's easy work, but I'm a bit lazy. I don't want to be out in the wet and the wind and the rain and yeah, does that sound bad? I don't care if it does, you know. Some people like getting all wet and hot and sweaty. Yeah, well, I've done plenty of that in the past. I want an easy life now. Onto the M4. Into a 50-mile-an-hour limit. Can't believe the morning's gone so quick. There's a big dinosaur in the back of there, look. Not something you see every day. Oh, my son, there you go, there you go. Going to be stopping at either Lee Delamere or Membry. I'll be needing a pee. job advert. I've seen a couple recently for Class 1 drivers, and they're paying between 20 and 25 grand a year. I don't know, that's so out of touch, it's unbelievable. You know, there's jobs out there paying 50 grand a year. You know, and it's just,
Keep right towards N4.
who in their
towards
right
London.
mind would work for 20 to 25 grand a year when you can double that and work for another company, and work for a good company as well? It beggars belief how people think that, you know, their HR department can go, oh yeah, that's good, and that's why they're struggling to get people, and that's why the industry is in the shit. And the only reason there will be shortages this year is because the likes of Tesco's and people like that are not willing to pay the sort of money that other hauliers are. Now bear in mind that Tesco's made how many millions of profit? You know? Tunnel makes you wonder. Little tunnel.
GPS signal lost.
The clock on the gantry. Thank you very much. I think I can get over it. I can. And I will, because I'm good like that. Jollop. Wow. Come on, little blue car, put your foot down. Come on. Come on. Oh, you idiots. Now that pedal on the right. Drop down to 40 mile an hour. All my momentum and have to drop a gear. Which increases my fuel economy. transport now. Well, the far side of it really. He's probably going to put his foot down. Cheers. Go back in. I don't have a problem with that. It's faster, it's empty. I reckon tie down. Sunny in the direction I have to go, which is south and, well, east and south. Some migrant services. Bad enough getting a car into migrant services, let alone a truck. I've driven in there a couple of times and then just given up because it's just been chock-a-block. I won't bother in future, it's just not worth the hassle. Get on either stop at Newport or down to Avonmouth. But last night you had to be into Avonmouth really early. So I got in there about 3:30, 4 o'clock, and it was pretty busy by about just after 4, half 4, 5 o'clock. You were struggling, which they were. It only takes 50. I think on the website it says 55 trucks, but you're really tight. And the bloke who pulled out this morning actually clipped my mirror. I heard a doink and the cab lock. Thankfully there was no damage, but another inch that could have damaged it. Anyway, I'll speak to you later. Hello. Just in time. That was the vet. Want to know the last more drama with the bloody cat. Cat had to go went for his checkup yesterday. And what they'd done, they stitched his fur back onto his gum. Unfortunately, that hadn't worked. So they've had to, so they kept him in overnight, and they did a different procedure which involved drilling holes into his gum and stitching his 2 holes in his gum. Oh my word. We're already up to just over £1,000 on the vet bill. I've got no idea where it's going to end up. But yeah, that was the vet asking the last time he had pain relief. I've got absolutely no idea because I'm in a truck. So I've asked the bankiera, and we'll find out from there. But apparently the procedure went really well, and he's responded well. For a young cat, he's really big. And he had a ferocious appetite. He was just eating. Wasn't fat. He was the top end of where he should be, but he's a big cat. He's bigger than our other cat that's 7. Yeah, he's bigger than her. He's going to be an absolute bruiser. And that is. You know, he's been off his food for the last 2 or 3 days, but he's still, because of the size he was, he's still a good size man, and that's really helped him. So I think if it had been a small cat, it may not have been the same story. So yeah, that's the story on the cat. But funny thing was, when they phoned me, didn't recognise the number. And you get a lot of prank calls, don't you? Like the spam calls trying to get you to... so I'd play along with them. I'd go quiet, and eventually went, hello? And I said, hello? I was a bit short, and I had to apologise. You're lucky I didn't swear at you. I thought you were one of those prank calls. So she started laughing. So, okay. All sorted. Bloody hell, it's hot. What's going on here? I'd put the aircon on. Right, here we go. Tied in, tied out. It's in, but going out, I think, yeah. Yeah, neither one or the other. You look down there and that looks pretty in. It is dropping a little bit. It's not all the way in, but it's not all the way out. It's more in than out, because when it's out you can see the rocks and everything in the middle, and you can't see that at the moment. So I would say in. As my decision is final, if you said in, you won. You've won bugger all, right? But you won. You have the peace of mind knowing that you guessed correctly. If you've just tuned in, this is the first time you've ever watched any of this, and you're just sort of like scooting through the video, and you come across tied in, tied out. Well, aren't you lucky? And if this is the first time you've watched any of my videos, thank you very much. There's been a bit of an increase recently, I must admit, and I'm a little bit surprised by it all. As I am continually surprised. Blimey, aircon on, it's getting too hot. So I'm a fat bloke, and I drive around the UK in a truck, amongst other things, but mainly a truck, class 1, doing containers, mainly out of Southampton docks, but also out of London Gateway and occasionally Felixstowe, although I haven't been up to Felixstowe in ages and I really don't want to. I hate the place. I need to be in the middle lane. Oh, temperature's dropping down, that's good. All of a sudden it got a bit warm. So I'm heading over to the, as you see, straight ahead to my right, which is where all the sun is, the blue sky. That's where I'm heading. It's always sunny down south. We all wear Hawaiian shirts and shorts all year round. Those of you northerners, you know that big fiery orange thing in the sky, that's the sun. Can't really make out which way the wind is blowing.
Towards N4 towards London.
I don't know why I'm yawning. I shouldn't be tired. I had a fair bit of time off last night. I was parked up by 3:30, I think. Half past 3. I didn't put my card in until just after 6. So nice bit of time off. I like it like that when you do a reload and you get a bit of time off. It's sensible. Makes up the time when you're chasing your ass all the time. See where we're going to end up in a minute. If I get a bit further up the road and I'll make a phone call, book a slot on the docks, and see where we end up. So once I know a little bit more, I'll let you guys know. But thanks for watching, and I'll speak to you in a bit. Hello, time now 12:34. M4, just about to get onto the A34, head south, down to the docks. Plan for tomorrow, Friday tomorrow, Wrexham for 9 o'clock. Well, that's in the lap of the gods, because it really depends on what happens on the docks this afternoon. Due on the docks at 2, although I haven't even got a slot for that yet. So we'll see what happens there. Place I'm going to get the box out of, I can drop a box on the quay, and then I'm going to pick a box up from another place, full box, and I could either be in there 20 minutes or I could be in there 3 hours. Who knows? Which could seriously knacker my day up. Either way, it's just one of those things. And then after I've tipped in Wrexham tomorrow, I've got a reload in Stoke-on-Trent. So we'll see how the day goes. So I'm just about to exit off here. Stay with me as I get round the roundabout. Holding his mud flap on. So I don't know where I'm going to stop tonight. Again, until I get out of the docks, I've got to get fuel as well. I really don't know. So we'll get as far as we can. Well, time. See, the problem we got is finding somewhere to park after 6 o'clock at night.
Exit the highway towards A34 towards Newbury.
all in the lap of the gods. They've resurfaced here and they've done away with the bump. Used to be about here. Green light, I don't reckon I'll make it though. No. Didn't think I would. We'll let him go on round and get in the wrong lane, look. Dickhead. Bloke behind me nearly went into my lane. That white car was close to hitting me. Some people.
Recalculating. Continue straight at the second set of traffic lights.
What are you talking about? Oh, so the dickhead in the red truck got a bit close and then chopped across. The bloke in the white car up ahead nearly drove into the side of me because he thought that he could go from the lane on the right straight into my lane regardless of the fact that I was in it. Nearly got tangled up in my trailer. There's some absolute numpties about. Straight down the road now. With no hold-ups. I should be there about 1:20 to 2. Which I'm then tempted to take a half-hour break because I need to get a half hour in somewhere. And yeah. to it now, and I'll shifting on, and I'll put you back on once I'm clear of the docks and I've got a better idea of timings. Anyway, I'll speak to you all later.